Everyone knew it was a big song, but nobody really understood the lyrics. The lyrics were so abstract, it didn't make a lot of sense. In 2021, a big light bulb went off. Kurt Cobain died in 94, and that was the year Bill Gates became a household name. From the day that Kurt Cobain supposedly died, April 5th, to the day that Bill Gates celebrated his birthday that year was 206 days. The 206 area code Seattle, plus in Jewish gematria, sacrifice equals 206. And again, in the year that Bill Gates becomes a household name. The story is that the adorable couple, Bill and Melinda, they supposedly met in 87. And of course, this year they got divorced on August 2nd, 8-2, 87 days before Bill Gates' birthday. And of course, in gematria, Bill Gates equals 87. But in 87, Nirvana is created, and Bill and Melinda Gates become a couple. They were married on January 1st, New Year's Day of 94, which was 94 days before Kurt Cobain died. In gematria, Seattle, Washington equals 94. 94, again, was the year for Bill Gates. His mother died June 10th, 94. And then the next year on his mother's, well, what would have been his mother's birthday, on July 5th, 95. His mom was dead, so she didn't get to celebrate her birthday that day, but that was the day Bill Gates was declared the richest man in the world. July 5th, 95. Bill Gates' father died at age 94. Bill Gates, he declared a decade of vaccines in January 2010, on the 29th of January 2010, which was his 94th day of his age. 10 years later, almost to the day, coronavirus was confirmed. First case in the world outside of China in Bill Gates' backyard, Seattle, Washington. Coronavirus pandemic in gematria also equals 94. But where he declared the decade of vaccines from was Davos, Switzerland, which also equals 94. And if you're new here, the way Seattle, Washington equals 94 is just when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, like your Aleister Crowley, and you use the rules of numerology. With regards to 94 in Seattle, the only Super Bowl the Seahawks ever won, that's the Seattle football team, was the 94th NFL season. And then Russell Wilson, the star player of the team, his grandpa would die at age 94. What we're going to talk about is who's behind all this is the Jesuit order who serves the Roman Catholic Church. And in gematria, Roman Catholic Church is 94. Of course, Melinda Gates is from a family of Jesuits and has the same birthday as the Jesuit order. They said he died April 5th, but his body was found April 8th. It's very similar to Lane Staley. Lane Staley had been dead for a long time, but then they decided that he died on April 5th as well. That's the singer for Alice in Chains. The story was that an electrician found the body in the greenhouse on April 8th. Buddha's birthday is April 8th. And again, Nirvana is a Buddhist concept. Notice, the story is Vecca electric employee Gary T. Smith found the body on April 8th. And notice, Vecca electric employee equals 94. The only evidence you ever saw that Kurt Cobain was dead was the picture from outside the greenhouse, looking through the door that's open, where you can see a leg with some sneakers on the end of it. And you're told that that's Kurt Cobain and that's where he died. And that's as much evidence as you'll ever get. And notice the gematria of greenhouse. 54 with the alphabetic order and rules numerology. 45 with the reverse alphabetic order and rules numerology. Just like how you'd write the date. April 5th. On March 3rd, 94, that he supposedly nearly died from taking too many sleeping pills. That was exactly 33 days before April 5th. Remember, Bill Gates is 33, so is Rockstar. Bill Gates was the head of Microsoft for 33 years. With regards to Cobain being a member of the 27 Club, ritual equals 27 forwards, 45 in reverse. The story is that Tom Grant was hired by Courtney Love to investigate Kurt Cobain's whereabouts because Courtney Love said he was suicidal and he just bought a shotgun and she couldn't find him and she was worried that he was having affairs and wanted to divorce her, so she hired this private detective. He maintains the narrative that he thinks Courtney Love is behind the murder of Kurt Cobain. But isn't it funny, though, that even his name fits in so perfectly, Tom Grant? Tom Grant, he'll tell you that, there was no prints on the murder weapon. How can you commit suicide and then your prints aren't on the gun? That's in the police record, that there were no prints on the gun, yet they ruled it a suicide. And don't forget the song Murder by Numbers, where killing's the sport of the elite, and it's as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3, sung by the song The Police. Not to mention gematria and killing both equal 38, and this all happened while Bill Gates was 38 years old. No prints on the gun. Nothing about the scene made any sense. And supposedly he had a lethal dose of heroin in his veins as well. Yet the kit that he supposedly injected the heroin with was neatly placed in a box and well away from where his body was, where supposedly he blew his head off. Anyhow, the Jesuits, who control government, police, media, who control narratives, who control the world of rock and roll and celebrity and entertainment. Their birthday, August 15th, the same day that Melinda has a birthday, who's from a family of Jesuit priests. But notice also the gematria of Nirvana. It is 79 and 34, just like the word murder. And Society of Jesus, of course, is 79. Courtney Love's birthday is 7-9. If you haven't read my latest book, this book came out a month before Bill Gates' father died last year. But in the book, I talk about Bill Gates and his father and the number 258, because William Henry Gates equals 258. And he set up his vaccine alliance on the 258th day of the year. His dad ended up dying on the 258th day of 2020, a month after my book came out. Also in my book, I make the point that Bill and Melinda were clearly in an arranged marriage on the first day of 94 as predictive programming for the coronavirus pandemic we're now living out. And what I now realize is the song Smells Like Teen Spirit was absolutely part of the planned ritual of coronavirus coming to Seattle, the city of Nirvana. I'm going to show why that is in just a moment. But notice, the day that Bill and Melinda got divorced this year, which just further proves that, their marriage was all part of a ritual for the pandemic. Anyway, August 2nd, the 214th day of the year,